Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for unboxing and review, and yes, this is a Visconti. I've actually had this in my collection for some time. You'll see here it does say Il Magnifico Egyptian Marble Fountain Pen. So this is a pen that I added. I do have a number of the Magnificos. I have the red. I missed out on the original green. I didn't like the second green. I do have the lapis lazuli blue, and I do have the black and gold, and now I have this one. There is a newer version out this year, 2024, but I find it a little bit too on the light side. I actually prefer this one more so. So this is the Visconti. It comes in this quite lavish box here. It really is quite a nice box, quite heavy as well. I do like the fleur-de-lis around here on the box. I do like the viewing window as well, and I think if we lift that up, you'll see the pen here. Now, if I lift the bed up, you'll also see the ID card here, which is number 14 of 188. So there are only 188 of these pens made. This is just a Visconti brochure there. So only 188 of these made. So when you get to see a Magnifico that you really like the look of, it's just been announced, you need to go and buy it straight away, or at least pre-order it with a retailer, because distributors will sell out very quickly, because there's only 188 of these made worldwide. And I want to hazard a guess that probably at least half, if not 2/3, probably go to the US, because it's a big market in terms of pens. So you do need to secure your Magnifico. I nearly missed out on the black and gold one because my local distributor in the UK couldn't get them because they'd been sold out worldwide to the other distributors. So the distributors need to get in really quickly to secure a number of these. So from that perspective, and I did actually miss out on this one. I had to get this from the US. But this really is a nice pen. So let me just remove the box and I'll show you in a little bit more detail. So these are very, well, I was going to say very heavy, but they're actually very expensive pens as well. But they are heavy pens. These pens are made of marble here, and that's why they are heavy and why they're expensive. And then typically it's either sterling silver cap and trims, or it's bronze or brass. So this one really is quite a nice. You can see it has both this sort of aged sort of patina look going on, but also there's a little bit here that's quite shiny as well. You see the Visconti bridge clip there, which is quite functional. You do get the My Pen finial there. You get the power vac knob. This is a power vac. You get the hook safe lock mechanism here, so a quarter of a turn, and you get an 18 karat gold Visconti. This is a medium nib, and it's made in-house by Visconti. But this, I find, is a very, very comfortable pen. I do like these Magnificos, and I have to think about that I might actually get the older green one. I don't write that often with my Magnificos. I don't know why. I think the issue that I have more so is that I typically write more with my newer pens, and I don't always go back and circle back round to a lot of my older pens. So I think a few of my Magnificos have not had a lot of writing in recently. I do need to change that and start writing with them a lot more. These are really good. Now, they are not double reservoir nibs or pens, so you do have to bear that in mind. And I think that might be why I typically don't write with them, because there isn't an ink window and it only holds about 1 to 1.2 milliliters of ink, like a piston wood, really. I think officially it's 1.5 milliliters of ink for a single reservoir and 2.5 milliliters of ink for a double reservoir. But I do like this pen. It really is a beautiful pen, and I do like how it feels in my hand, and it just feels nice and heavy. These are not lightweight pens, so you do have to bear that in mind. If you like more heavier pens, and these are sort of around oversized, these are not small pens, but if you like heavy pens, then definitely this is a pen that you might like to try and get hold of. But like I said, there's only 188 of each of these models made, so you could probably find a retailer that might still have one, that might be discounting it. You might be able to find one on the used market as well. It may not even have been inked. But buying these brand new, it's very difficult. I'd say after about the first month or two, because most retailers have already sold out of these. So I think with that, let's do a size check, we'll do a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking at about 147 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we're looking at about 60 millimeters in length. And this pen isn't going to roll away because it is faceted. And then we'll check the length here. It says tip of the nib or tip of the tines. We're looking at about 132 millimeters in length. So, like I said, this is an oversized pen, and you can see that there in the size of my hand. If you hold it on that concave section there, then it is quite comfortable. You do feel the sharpness a little bit of this hook safe lock mechanism. You can post the cap. It won't post deeply, and it is very back weighted. What you do have to be careful of, and I've had this on a previous one that I had to send back to Visconti, is that the inside of the cap, the hook safe lock mechanism, is plastic. So plastic on sharp metal, eventually this inner cap will wear out if you're not careful. So you do need to be a little bit careful, I'd say, capping and uncapping, and certainly not posting on the back of the pen there, because otherwise you may start wearing that out. Visconti didn't charge for the repair. I just had to pay an admin fee to ship it out to them, and it came back, I think, within about 6 weeks. But that's just something to bear in mind. But I think I'd had the pen for this was the red one, red marble, and I think I'd had it for a couple of years at that point. So I'd got a lot of use out of the pen, but it's just something you do need to bear in mind with these. I think let's do a weight check. Now, this is where I said this is a weighty pen. Now, this is uninked at the moment. We are looking at just under 78 grams in weight. It's not a light pen. The weight of the cap, we're looking at just under 33 grams in weight. And then the weight of the body of the pen, uninked, we're looking at 45 grams in weight. So that is a heavy pen. Add about another 1 to 1.5 milliliters of ink to that, which is equal to about 1 to 1.5 grams. It's going to be around sort of 46 and a half grams in weight. But that is a really beautiful pen. I do like the fleur-de-lis on the cap here. I really do like this pen. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have the Mont Blanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Le Petit Prince, and this is the Aviator. We have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, 1902 edition. We have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Brothers Grimm. A Mont Blanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Robert Louis Stevenson. We have the Visconti Medici Il Magnifico, and this is in the Egyptian marble. We have a classic pen CP5 made by Parker in the vintage. A classic pen CP5 made by Parker in the modern. We have a Montegrappa Extra High Tech. We have an Anoto Longitude, And we have an Esterbrook SD Oversize in the Cosmic Wine. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Visconti, and it's the Medici Il Magnifico, and it's a medium, and it's an 18-karat gold nib. And the ink in here is Lamy Mango. And I typically like to have light inks with light pens. I probably could change the ink and put something else in here. In terms of line variation, I'd say you're probably getting around about a Western medium. I can push it a little bit more to get maybe closer to a Western broad. You've got some figure of eights. But you can see there's no hard starts or skips going on there on those vertical lines. In terms of ink wetness, now this is not a wet ink really, and this nib certainly is a little bit more, I'd say, on the drier side. However, you are still getting quite a wet ink there in terms of how it writes. Now, what do I like? What do I not like about this pen? I like that it's a Visconti Medici Il Magnifico. I like that it's effectively the Homo sapiens size of pen. I like that it has all of the Homo sapiens features, like the hook safe lock mechanism, the concave section on it. It has an 18-karat gold nib, although I was a little bit more preferring the 23-karat palladium nibs until they stopped them. It is a Powervac. It's a single reservoir though, and that's probably the only thing that I maybe dislike about these Magnificos. I kind of wish they were a double reservoir, and I kind of wish that they would have an ink window on, but I know that that would actually probably make the pen, in terms of the construction, a little bit more brittle, having a plastic ink window between the section and the body, and it also probably wouldn't aesthetically look nice either. So I get why Visconti haven't done that, but I still kind of would like one in there. Some way to be able to tell how much ink that I have remaining in that pen. But I do like these. I like the weight of these pens. They are really, really nice pens. And I'm glad that I have it in my collection as well. So there you have it. That's my unboxing and review of the Visconti Medici Il Magnifico in the Egyptian marble in a medium 18-karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye-bye.